And magic, here we are.
We are back again like always, but we this time we're in different locations, Adele and I. We usually
Yes.
do it from our home studios, but Adele, where are you today?
Well, I'm at work.
Oh man, yes.
And where are
And
you?
I am on vacation, man. We're
Oh,
we are devoted little puppies to this.
I
We so
know.
love what we're doing. So I'm on vacation, hence the vacation wear, trying to get my hair straight, but we're on vacation. So
Well,
yay.
yeah, we
Yeah.
can tell we're in two different places. I'm dressed up for work and you're on
Yes.
vacation.
I
I'd
did
rather
wear
be where
my
you are.
I know I did wear my necklace, so so I looked somewhat appropriate for
Okay,
today's. But
that's great.
so anyway, we are so excited about everything that's been going on at the Art Connection Summit. We have had great registration. Thank you guys all for everyone that has shown up for it. And we're still planning things for it. This is like so much fun. It's great.
Yeah, and I tell you, we've had a lot of interest in people that are wanting to sign up and also looking at signing up later on. And of course, we're encouraging everybody to sign up early so you can get your supplies, and that way you can go into the Facebook group and also communicate with the teachers because they're just as excited about you being here as we are.
Absolutely, I know. So, and I just love that they are able to access their supply list so they can get everything early, so they'll be prepared for because in today's world, shipping is all over the place. So, yeah,
Right.
it's really good. Yeah,
Yeah, and there's a lot of
definitely.
delays also on the supplier end too.
Yes,
And
yes.
so we always encourage everybody to get in there, get your courses, and get settled, get supplies, and be ready for when it starts in October, which we're not that far
I
actually.
know. And remember, all the Facebook groups are open, so everybody is already in there chatting and having fun. So, you know,
Mhm.
connect with us, you guys. We love it.
Yes, yes.
Definitely. And
Well, go ahead.
and speaking of connection,
Yes.
we have our special guest today, Ankie.
Yeah, we're
Yay.
excited about having Anki. We're going to bring her right on up. Hey, Anki.
Hello.
Hello, Ankie.
Okay, I will
I,
take care that I'm in the picture.
I
You
know.
are in the picture
It's
and you're
always,
Woo!
live.
I
Okay.
know. It's always getting everything like set up. Yeah, because we're Adele and I are both in different locations than what we normally film. So yeah, it's
I'm
figuring
Now,
far
all this
away.
out.
I'm far away.
you're in
Yes,
Spain. You're in Spain.
I'm in Spain.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
well, it's
Good.
exciting to have you, Anki. It's always such a pleasure to hear your stories and a little bit about your background. And I know Leslie's going to start this out.
Yes, absolutely. So, what we're going to do is we're going to cover three different or four different topics. And then, you guys who are out there watching, after we go through one topic, please post your questions or comments. And if you would so kindly add your name so that we know who we're speaking with. Sometimes your name doesn't pop up, and we always like to know who's out there. And
Yes.
Adele, today I can't see the comment because I'm on my laptop, which is too
Yep.
small. So, it's all in your hands, girl. So,
Girl, okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm used to this, all
All
the
right.
back end stuff.
I know. So, Anki, what we love to speak about is a lot of time is about the artist and their history. We just feel like that really brings like a really nice roundness to the artist and kind of knowing where they come from. So, what was your strongest influence that you had when you were growing up?
When we were growing up, we had mums who did not work because at that time we had staying at home mums. And I was the only girl, and we lived in a very tiny house. My brother, his feet touched the windows in his bedroom. So you
Yes.
can imagine how small our house was. But what we had to do, we had to make everything ourselves. You could not go to a Hobby Lobby or a Michael's. There was nothing, nothing. So everything you wanted to create, you had to invent. And that is what my mom did. She loved sewing, so she went to a marketplace where she knew a guy, and he always was hiding nice fabrics for her. And that is when she taught me how to feel how fabrics are. If a fabric is a good wool or not synthetic, or how you have to cut it, and then I was the only girl, so I more or less was her doll, her living doll, and she created clothes for me till late 2 o'clock in the night. She was behind her sewing machine. And I can remember that when you have the pedal that you push in for the stitches, ran under the table to the end, and then she was hanging. So, and then she asked me, Ankie, please push it back to me. Okay. So, and the scraps she had, they were for me. So I was playing with these scraps. And my mother also was somebody who was very tidy, very organized, and she took care a lot of our house, of our home, like a bit, my home is my castle. That was her world. So I learned to appreciate, to take care of things that you have in your house. And up to the day of today, I love home goods. I love stuff.
Love stuff.
So a little
Aw.
history.
Yeah.
And I had 2 brothers, so they didn't care about scraps.
Right. And
Well,
you know,
that's
I think
lovely.
that's kind of part of artists. We appreciate the beauty of things, and so we love to have those beautiful, meaningful things around us. You know, I'm the same way. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I like to be surrounded by art. And
Yeah.
yes,
so
yeah,
I'm guessing, Anki, that's really when you started making your art with your mom, right? Is this correct?
yeah. I
Okay.
created from wire and little things. I created little dolls,
Mm-hmm.
and
But
I
go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah. Well, I had a little ball, and I had put a balloon over it. And from wire, I made a body and I made clothes. And I glued on a face, and I had 3 orders. And they were about $2 a piece. But I had to bring them, and my father helped me to deliver my order. But you should not do that when the sun is out, because when you put very carefully these little dolls in the car, in the, how do you call that, in the back,
In the trunk.
Right.
in the trunk,
Yeah.
and then when you drive 1 hour and you open the trunk, then
Oh.
you have melted balloons.
Oh, yeah.
That
Oh,
is
no.
where the doll maker starts to think about good materials, and so that you, when you want to ship something, that something also really
Don't put it in the
does
trunk.
not end in pieces and with melted faces.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
So I lost $6.
Yeah. Oh, but you know, it is a great lesson. It's about learning the stability of your art. That's
Yes.
really wonderful. And so our question is, why do you make art? What is the reason that you make art?
For a long time, I was looking into the life of beauty. I always wanted to be a ballet dancer or an opera singer. But in the time when I grew up, you could not go to art school. My father said, you better jump in front of a train than go into art school. You have no future when you go to art school. So there were 2 choices left. You could be a school teacher, or you could be a nurse. And being a creative nurse, I think that's not a good idea. So I started to be a teacher. But I always longed for more beauty than repeating every new class year the same things. And I bought a piano, I studied music, and I went to the conservatory to study music. And I became a school teacher, a music teacher. But then one day, my whole life changed. I went to visit a doll exhibition. And I saw a handful of wonderful doll artists. One of them was Marlene Verhelst. And I went back 3 times. my life changed. My mind was only filled with dolls, with these dolls. And from that moment, I became a doll maker.
Wow, that's interesting. So, Anki, as you've progressed through your journey there, what kind of advice do you give, like a beginner artist that wants to come in to this type of medium?
The advice from me is just start and try not to make your first doll too complicated, but take care that there is a sweet connection with the face. Because when a viewer does not see something that connects the soul with the face of the doll, then you can dress the doll as beautiful as you want, but the face is the first connection you need to make. And that does not have to be a very complicated face, but there has to be something. It should not be ugly. It should be a little bit sweetness in it that gives people a smile. And then you can start to create your costumes and try to be a little bit unique. And it's very difficult nowadays because when we started, there only was one kind of clay and a brush and some scraps. That's it. But now there's so much artist that has gone the path. So it's very difficult to create your own new style. But concentrate on the face.
Yeah, that is so true. That's good advice, Anki, because I know we get a lot of people, or students, I should say, that come in and they want to know, where do I start? And I think that's good advice for these beginners.
Yeah, and
Right.
maybe take lessons or online or
Yeah,
hands-on lessons, how to sculpt. And because when you have online students, you mostly see the same mistakes.
Mhm.
And those mistakes are very important to improve
right.
because little tricks and little things can improve the sculpting a lot. So that's
Right.
very good that there is an Art Connection Summit.
It is. And it's so, I also love the idea that you said, like, focus in on the face, because that can be your signature, that
Yeah,
can be your style type of thing. And, in today's world, we have access to so much information worldwide, and it's so easy to get inundated with that music, that so that you have so much in there. So I love that you can focus in on the face. And like you were saying, that really is the soul of the doll.
yeah,
That's where it starts. And then they can step their uniqueness off of there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So the next area that we're going to step into is the studio. So in this section, we really want people to get a personal feel about how you work. And so in your studio, do you have something that is your most important tool to you?
My most important tool that I already use 45 years is this tool.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I call this a sculpting tool. Yeah. But
Mhm.
it is created, let me see if I can, I have to hold it up. It is created for leather working. And it has
Ah.
a blunt point. It's a very blunt point. You see it?
Mhm. Mhm.
And you have different sizes. And it's very smooth, so you can easily, let me see how I do
There you
this.
go.
You can
Yeah.
easily,
Yes.
it's very soft, and you can
Mhm.
very good make eye corners and ears and connect things and make lip corners. And then a very simple brush that has flexible hair, not too soft, but it's a little bit
Mhm.
elastic. I use this when you cannot have your fingers in a small spot. You use your brush
Right.
and just an ordinary kitchen knife. I only use these three tools for sculpting the dolls.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we don't need a lot of tools, right?
No, I only have these three. I have
Right.
nothing more that I use.
Right.
Mhm.
And my
Right.
fingers.
Yes. Yes.
And your fingers. Yeah, we hear that a lot. People,
Yeah.
the artists that we speak to
Hands.
say
Yeah.
fingers.
Yes.
So Anki, we know that you just do all kinds of work on your pieces, but is there an element of the pieces that you work on that you enjoy the process the most?
Yeah, I like the costuming the most because I love all the different materials. And since I live in Spain, it was hard for me to discover good fabric stores. And then I went to thrift stores and I buy all kinds of clothes, especially nice evening dresses, because when you see a dress that is made, then the hem, that's
Yes.
good word, yeah.
Yes, the hem.
The hems are very nicely made,
Yeah.
and sometimes pieces are beautiful gathered, or they have embroidery on it that you never can do on a machine because you need an industrial machine to make beautiful hems with small stitches.
Mhm.
And I cut these clothes apart, and they give me much more inspiration than buying a very expensive piece of fabric. Because I have to think, when I have the dress, I have to think the costume out of the dress. I more or less pull the costume out of the dress.
Right.
And I use the gathering from the sleeves, and I use the buttons or the zippers, or so that gives a completely new look into costuming than just using a pattern and a piece of fabric.
Mhm.
Because it's also very hard to step out of your comfort zone, because mostly you create more or less the same costume. But when you have those different dresses, you have to make different ones, because one dress is small, one dress is big, one dress is long. So it gives a completely new view on costuming.
I love that take on it, and taking something and revisioning it,
Yeah.
remaking it, reshaping it. That is such a wonderful part of the creative process. And do you have, speaking of the creative process, do you have a part of it that is your most favorite?
Yeah, 1 second before the doll is finished.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yay.
And then have a moment like,
Yes.
oh, well, this turned out nice.
I know. I love that. Yeah, that is so good.
No, but I like very much the costume. Yeah.
Mhm,
Well,
mhm.
yes.
And then with all kinds of different materials.
Yeah. Well, it shows, Anki, in all your pieces. They're just beautiful. So when do you know the piece is finished?
The costume tells you. When sometimes you have something finished, you have the feel, oh, wait, it needs a little. I like to put a lot into my costumes, but not just put it there, because mostly I have a basic color, and I like to add one strong color that pops out from the costume.
Mhm.
Like I have a doll that is dressed in green and purple, which is a nice combination, or in silver and then a piece of red on it. And first, I create a costume with that. When you first look at the doll, is like, it's all the same color, but the second look tells you how much is going on in that costume. Because when everything is nicely blending in, then you can put a lot on a doll without overdoing it.
Mhm.
And then sometimes I think, should I add another collar or button? And when I put it on, then it tells me, no, that's too much. Because you should not overdo it. And that is a very subtle moment that you think, no more. now it's finished.
Yeah, and I think it is so easy to add that one extra thing, and then it's like, oh, too much. Yeah, too much,
That's
and
it.
it's definitely.
And then everything is lost.
Right. Yes. Your whole message.
It's like it becomes out of balance to me.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And so you are so creative and you're so prolific in what you do. Do you ever come to a creative block? And if you do, what do you do when you reach the creative block?
No, I think the biggest problem for me is time. I have plenty ideas, but and what is something new since we met COVID-19, which we should not have met, but okay, we did. Then it's very time consuming to make online classes, do everything online. And that definitely helped me back from creating new dolls. Because before COVID-19, you took care that you had your class material when you did a hands-on class, and the rest of the time was there for you to create your dolls. But now, spending so many hours behind the computer, last 2 years was incredibly much time. And that is something that I am at a point that I think, not again the computer today. I really want to do something else than moving pictures and text and on a screen. Then I think, where was the time that you could sit down a complete full week to create your doll costumes?
Yes.
That is a big change, I think.
I think we've all have noticed that, definitely. I was saying that, when I was doing teaching my classes in person, my instructions would be maybe 20 pages long, and now my online is over 80 pages. I mean, way over, maybe even double of that. And because when you're in person, you can show them, and when you're online, you need to show them, in a document. But the other side of it that I love too, and you have this in your classes too, is that you get to reach many people worldwide, and that's such a blessing to all of us for that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, I think everybody's having to adjust, and it is very time consuming.
Yes.
Yeah, you know all about it.
I do know all about it.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And Adele and I have chosen to even take it a step further and do the Art Connection Summit, which is But we are still on it, man. We love it so much.
Yeah, we're having a great time. We've got somebody that just came in.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, it's Deb.
Oh, hi, Deb.
One of our teachers.
Hi, Deb.
Hey, Deb. Yeah, her work is very interesting.
Yeah, so Deb's one of our felters.
We have, hi, Angie. It's Maria, Port St. Lucie.
Hey, Port St. Lucie, I was there. Hi.
Yeah, it takes a little while for the comments to come in because they're streaming. So we'll catch your comments as they're coming in. Thanks for posting, and I'm glad you're here.
Thank you, guys. Yes, definitely. And now, Ankie, we are going to step into your art and your inspiration. And many artists have their favorite piece that they've done. We know that each one is individual and unique. And then we sometimes forget that doll making or art making has a nonverbal part to it. But is there something that you've designed that just so speaks to you that you love?
Yeah, I have a series in my head and still did not have the time to make it. And I just said to my husband last week, so now I'm almost done with the conferences, with the material that we had to deliver, with making new classes. And I am going to work on a series that are little humans with animal faces. And
Ah,
I have a nice collection already in my head of ideas. So that is what I am going to do now first.
Yeah. Well, that's great, Anki. But what inspired you to do this?
I did that a long time ago. I think 20 years ago. I had a series of a little a human figure together with an animal. And they were very successful. And
mhm.
I always wanted to make more of them.
Mm-hmm.
And there was always something that was in the way. So
Yeah.
but now I like it. I like the image of. I do not like it when the. I like the human body and only the head being an animal. I
Right.
do not want to give it claws or no. I want it to be a kind human
Yes.
body and then with a frog head and a rabbit head
Right.
and
Yes.
yeah. So
Well, we're
and
looking
I like
forward
to
to seeing
dress
that.
them like royals, that they are
Yes.
very
Of course,
royal.
they're
Yes.
all royals, right?
Royals.
Anki, I remember those pieces that you did some 20 years ago, and they were
Yeah.
really marvelous. And
Yeah.
yeah. We
That'll
all
be
have
fun.
all of us have been together for a very long time, which
Yes,
Wow.
and we are
Oh,
still doing it. It's really wonderful.
it is.
And
unbelievable.
It
Yeah.
is.
we are so excited that you are going to be teaching with us. And your Pinocchio is really wonderful. And do you have something that inspired you for, or an idea for this piece for the Art Connection Summit?
Yeah, I have a Pinocchio myself, and I was organizing books, and I saw books for Pinocchio. And then, because I already made so many classes, it's hard to find a new class
Mhm.
that you never did before.
Mhm.
And Pinocchio in the image looks very simple. It looks like, oh, I can do that. But I use some tricks that I tell you in the
Mhm.
class to make that specific face. So I should say, when you did not yet sign up, what's this? Something is telling me. Ooh, wait, my phone is doing strange. I would say sign up and you will find all these secrets.
Yes, I love
Yes.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
he's adorable, and I thought there's so many possibilities with him too. I
Yeah.
mean, with the pattern that you supply for the costume, they can either dress him in the original, like you've got him, or they can
Oh,
do
yeah.
him as a royal.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and many lies are in the book. So you can
Yeah.
learn something from these lies.
Yes.
That's true.
We
That's
all
true.
need a good lie in our life.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it's just great. And it's exciting to have you back, Anki, because everybody loves your work, and
Thank you.
and we have a really nice group of teachers. We had a nice group of teachers last year, and we having it
Yes.
again
Yes,
this
I
year.
I
saw that.
know. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Very nice classes.
so we have a couple of people that have joined us. Let's see here, June. Let's see. June
I'm here.
Coffee. Yeah. Thanks for being here, June.
Hi, June.
And then we have a Facebook user that we don't know your name. We're glad you're here too. We don't know who you are.
But would you mind, there's a little bit of a delay, but would you mind typing in your name so we know who you are so we can welcome you here? That'd
Yeah.
be great. Yeah.
Well, Anki, I know you do so much, but is there something, other interests that you have besides creating the dolls?
Oh yeah, I love to cook,
Okay.
and I love to go to theaters and but we had in Valencia close to us we have beautiful opera house. It's a wonderful place. It's in the water. It's in a new developed, and you have fantastic ballets and opera, and
Nice.
I love to go there. But the last 2 years, everything
Yeah.
is closed.
Mhm.
Everything is closed. So, and I love to read. I read about 2 books a week. I am a bad sleeper, so I spend a lot of time reading books. I love books. I love watching good movies.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching movies. I like reading the newspaper. I like to clean my house. I'm a cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm one of those too. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like everything in order before I
me
can
too.
work. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm the
Definitely.
same way.
Yeah.
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 I first
well.
need everything organized, and then I can. Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
that's rare among us artists to have, like, I like my studio to be in order because I cannot work unless everything's in order. And I think that that's a rare commodity among artists.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I
it
have
does
a
get
lot of.
messy when we're working there. It does
Yeah,
get
yeah,
messy, but we have to clean it
But
up.
clean it
Yeah,
up.
we have
Yeah.
to clean
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I
but the-
still have, when I enter my studio, I have so much stuff there because
Yes.
normally I take things to classes, and now everything piles
I
up, and
know,
I've
I
not been
know.
out of the door for 2 years. And then, but still, when I sit there, then there comes a big peace in my heart
Mhm.
because I
Yes.
love those
Yeah.
frames and stuff.
Me
And
too.
I think it's really something that sits in me, that
Yes.
I still, from my first doll on up to now, I think that's 50 years, I still love it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
It is a part of us. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
By the way, that was Tammy that had posted that.
Yes. Hi, Tammy. Thank you for adding your name.
Yeah,
It's
we're
so
glad that you're
wonderful.
here. Now, I
Yeah.
wanted to mention that if you wanted to know more about Ankie, in the summer issue of A for Artistic, there's a great article about Ankie, and there's some other questions that were asked during the interview for the article that you might want to learn more about her. So, and it's the summer issue of A for Artistic, where we have all of our teachers in there.
Right. So it's a special
It's a
edition.
beautiful edition.
Yes,
Yes.
we were so excited to get it out and have everybody see. I'll put it up right now. There it is. All of our
That's
teachers
wonderful.
are in there, and all the articles were just amazing. And you know, I even learned some things about some of them. I went, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's really wonderful. I
Yeah.
love the fact that it's there, that you get such a diverse look at all the teachers.
Mhm.
So I think that, really helps you understand who they are in their own voice too.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So that was a real treat, and I know that all the teachers were scrambling around to get the interviews and get the
Yes.
pictures, but we got it done, and it's out, and so it's there.
Yes.
Lovely. You did a big job. The two
Yeah,
of you.
well, we all did a big job because we couldn't have had that without you guys.
Yes. 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 Well, Ankie, as always, we love chatting with you. Thank you so much for taking this time. We know that it's, reaching the evening for you guys, where I'm just waking up where I'm at. So it's
When
really
when
wonderful.
I am watching us now, so in a row, I think we can also advertise for glasses.
I think you're
That's
right.
true.
Yes, we could.
I do. You've got orange. I've got red. What's your color?
Mine
You
are
got-
tigers. Mine are like leopard. Can you see that? They're leopard.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness! Yes,
I know, that's so funny, isn't it? I love
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to change glasses. Leslie
Yeah.
changes her glasses
Yeah,
all the
I
all
see
the
time.
different
time.
glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, yes, this is wonderful, Ankie, to always see
Okay.
you and chat with you and to hear about your stories, because they're all so much fun to hear.
I know.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely.
So we'll be talking to you soon, and thank you again for being here with us and
Thank you.
in the Art Connection.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you, Ankie.
Have a nice
Bye.
evening, Ankie. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Well, that was great.
I know. She has such a magical way with her words to
Mhm.
express herself, which I think is really, really lovely.
Yeah.
And it gives you a feel for what your experience will be with her in class too.
Right.
So-
And she's just a fountain of information. And I
Yes.
know she misses teaching live because that's what
Yeah.
she likes to do. But right now, with everything that's happening around the world, and it's the best place to be right now and try to
Yes.
reach more people and that would not be able to come to her live workshops. But She's very available also in the Facebook group. Once you come
Yes.
in, she's very helpful. So if you're just not sure, you know, it's the techniques that she has that I think you will really enjoy taking her class.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And, like we were talking about earlier too, is, it is unfortunate that we can't be in person in all areas of the world. But, you know, um, Adele, what I was thinking, because I teach through A for Artistic with you, and one of the most beautiful things is that I have from, Australia to the UK and around the world, and the chance to be able to teach all of them at one time is absolutely amazing. And I think with the, like you were mentioning, with the Facebook page, that really does bring the connection. That brings that what you're looking for in the live class. And I really feel like, like you were saying, Ankie's so available for her students. All of our teachers are so available for the students. And
Right.
it really makes you feel like part of it, and you're not just observing it.
Right, and I think that that we have put an extra effort with the summit to really keep a good connection with everybody. We make ourselves very available to anybody that wants to reach out to us, either through Facebook or our personal emails or through the Facebook group and through the community too.
Right,
We're pretty
right.
much in that too. So we're trying to create. I know we can't be live, but we're trying to keep it as connected as possible. And
Right,
that's been our
right.
goal, to do that.
Right. Well, and we have people, the wonderful thing about the Art Connection community on Facebook is we have people chatting with each other who are opposite ends of the world and would probably never have the chance to even meet in person. And I just think that is so cool.
Yeah.
We've really created, our intent was to create connection in a community, and I'm really proud of us because I feel like we've done that,
Yes. In
and
fact, I
it's
heard,
growing.
yes, it is growing. And I heard just the other day, one of the teachers was in the community, and she said, I had no idea that somebody from my own town was in the community. She discovered them in the community. And she said,
Yeah,
that is so crazy. She went in there and looked at the members that were in there, and
yeah,
she could not believe all the people that she knew that were in there.
that
But
is so cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
so it's really, the word's getting around, which is
yeah,
great. It's
I
really
know.
great. Well, you know something? I have a surprise.
Really, I
I
love
do. You
surprise.
love
I love
surprises.
surprises. Yes.
Well, our surprise is we are now offering gift certificates.
Get out. Isn't
Yeah,
that
is that cool?
fantastic? I love it.
So, if you have a birthday or an anniversary coming up, or just because, or we have gift certificates to the summit.
Right, or
So,
you have a friend or,
yes,
or a relative that you want to join you for this experience. And so,
yes,
and Adele, these are good for the classes and for the Art Box connection. Great
right. Yes,
presentations. Thank you. Yes.
yes. So what we did is the certificates are based, the price is based on what the summit is offering in the courses, because there's courses for 77, 67, and 57. So the certificates reflect those particular courses. And then if they want to just take the Art Box presentation, there's one there for the Art Box presentation only. So those will be available not too long. I'll have those up for everybody to take a look at.
And you know what I like about these, Adele, is that you didn't price specific so that, there's not like an extra $3 hanging out that you can't really use. I mean, it's geared towards this and towards each class. So then you can
Right.
choose. That's, yeah. Because how
Yeah.
many times do we have
Yes.
certificates that with like $3 left over?
Yes. Yes.
And
Well, no, as you said, this is all geared towards the summit, and we're just offering it now. And then there is an expiration date, so I just make sure everybody sees that. It does mention it. when you get the certificate when it's purchased. The good part about it is that it's interactive. So when you receive it, you're able to put your name, the recipient's name, their email, and you can even have there's a little place there to put a little message. So
I love that, because
yeah.
then it's that personal touch, so they're not just getting a random gift certificate that I love that they can put their own message
Right.
in there too.
So we'll
Yeah.
have those up on the site shortly, but that one just came fresh off the press.
All right. Yay. Yay. So everyone out there, thank you so much for watching today. Remember, this is recorded. And boy, we're coming down to the countdown part. So after my little vacation, I am going to be.
That's it. You cannot go on any more vacation.
No, I'm not. Actually, my husband, the rugby coach, is in season, and so I don't see him until next May. So I am here. I am ready. I am on it. So I'm rested up so I can be totally on it.
That's great. Deb just weighed in on what we were talking about. She said she met someone from Omaha in this community. Yeah,
I know. Isn't that so cool?
Everybody's meeting people.
I know. And I actually met somebody that is in the Phoenix area.
There you go.
Is a brand new friend now. I know. It's really wonderful.
Yeah,
so
this has been fun.
Great. Yeah.
So, Leslie, we're going to let you go on vacation.
All right. Yes,
I've got to go back to work.
I know. Yes. But we're both still here. Like I said, I have my laptop with me, so I am still here, maybe not as glued to it as I normally am, but I am here still and can answer any questions that you guys just give me. Yep. Reach out to me. Yep, definitely.
So thank you everyone for being here.
Again, thank you. Yes.
And we'll see you later.
Bye-bye, you guys. Thank you again.
Bye-bye.